Well, hello there. I was expecting you. This place is called 40 Days to a Miracle. I'm Pastor Dean. Come on, let's have a cup of coffee and chew the fat. 40 Days to a Miracle. Here are one of the ingredients to get to that miracle. I see miracles all the time. And I'm telling you, this is one of the ingredients. This is one of the avenues. This is one of the paths to create miracles in your immediate lifetime within 40 days. Minister to people, for one thing. Serve them. I'm going to talk to a couple of you ministers out there. I've seen some ministers who think just because they're the ordained pastors of their flock that people should be running to them and serving them. Well, people do that to me all the time, and I'm appreciative, by the way. But you know what? I'm your servant. I'm your servant. It says in Mark chapter 9, verses 33 through 37, after they arrived at Capernaum, meaning Jesus and the apostles, and settled in a house, Jesus asked his disciples, "What were you discussing out on the road?" But they didn't answer, because they had been arguing about which one of them was the greatest. So he sat down, he called the 12 disciples over to him and said, "Whoever wants to be first must take last place and be the servant of everyone else." Man, the sooner you realize that Christianity is a continuous journey, a continuous job, a continuous task of servanthood, the sooner that you realize that, and the sooner that you do it, the sooner you will see miracles develop in your life. You know, as a minister, I never realized what it takes to be a good minister. You've got to feed the hungry, the physically hungry. You've got to feed the spiritually hungry. You've got to, what we do here is we're always trying to get money to give Bibles away. We're always trying to get money to give crosses away. We're always going to the hospital and consoling the sick. We're going to nursing homes and trying to keep old people company. And we counsel families and marriages. And at the end of the day, when you're weak and when you're exhausted, that's when the devil comes over and says, "What are you doing all this for? Nobody even thanked you today. Nobody even said I appreciate you." Well, you got to ignore him, for one thing. And number two, even if you're tired, I know how many moms and dads are out there, and you feel sometimes like your children don't appreciate you. You feel like your wife or your husband doesn't appreciate you, and you work day and night, and it doesn't seem like you get any rest whatsoever. I know that feeling. Well, that is the art of servanthood, and Jesus was the master of it. He did everything for his Father. That's the way I get through the day. As exhausting as my day is, I do everything for Jesus, which means I've got to do everything with love. And when you put love into any mixture, into any situation, energy follows it. Supernatural energy from heaven always comes. Do everything for Jesus. Dedicate your work. I don't care what your line of work is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pastor or a minister, but dedicate your work to the Savior, and it will eventually all make sense at the end of the day. When you feel insecure, God will give you security. when you are running out of money, and sometimes you're lending it to other people, God will give you a solution to get more money. Working for Jesus means talking to him all day and asking him for advice. I'm telling you, working for Jesus is job security at its best. Working for Jesus is working for the best boss in the whole wide world. Learn to be a servant, and you will see miracles in your midst. Take care of the other guy. God will take care of you. I love you very much.
Thank you for being a part of 40 Days to a Miracle, an HHJ production. This is Pastor Dean Pepin. If you'd like to write to me, our address is Healing Hands of Jesus, 1725 Berlin Turnpike, number 224, Berlin, Connecticut, 06037. Remember, the coffee pot is always on.